All right, what's up, tycoons? What's up, traders? Super excited for today's video. We're going to break down my favorite scalping strategy that I've been using, and it's really efficient. We're going to go ahead and break it down, show you guys how to use it, how I use it, and how possibly you could use it as well. Okay, so in this video, the indicators that we're going to be using, they are actually going to be right over here, right? It's going to be the FW Mobo Advanced. It's going to be the buying and selling pressure. This is kind of a custom script that we have in the Discord. And then we're going to look at the momentum SMA. Now, if you want to get your screen set up the way that mine is, all you have to do is click this video in the top right-hand corner. Okay, or you can go ahead and click the link in the description. I've got a video showing you how to get your screen set up and how to set up these indicators the same way that I have them on my chart. So what this does is this really measures momentum, and momentum is a big thing when it comes to trading and especially scalping. Now, I'm using this strategy on the 5-minute time frame. It's one of my favorite time frames to use. And you're going to go ahead and you're going to use, these clouds right here, these bands, okay, these green and these red bands. You're going to combine these also with the momentum SMA down here. And this is going to be your SMA in the red line. Okay, and then the blue line is actually going to be your momentum, indicator. And this purple line right here is 0. So above 0, it's got bullish momentum, right? And we can see it's very bullish. It's trading above the clouds here. And then below 0, it's got bearish momentum. And you can see it's trading below the red clouds here. Now, when you get a crossover on the SMA, that's going to be a good indicator for a possible entry, right? And this is one of the things that I like to use. So in this case in particular, we can see right here, right around the 12 o'clock candlestick, okay? We get a momentum crossover on the momentum SMA indicator, and it crosses up above into bullish territory. Now, at this point, we also had a very bullish candlestick right here. All right, and we're seeing that we're trading outside of our green momentum bands, right? So this indicates that, hey, we've got some strong momentum here. I had a resistance line right here that I was paying attention to. All right. And I was actually able to, just scalp this trade and get very, very nice profits off that push up. Once we broke past this push up right here, I knew that, okay, hey, well, this is a big resistance line. We could be trying to draw liquidity from up here. Sellers could be trying to draw liquidity and push the price back down. So, again, the whole emphasis to this video is really just scalping very short trades. If we take a look in the Discord, okay, this was that trade right here. I was able to get 40% on this trade in just a matter of minutes, guys, trading SPX call options, okay? So we'll go back to the screen now and we'll break down the next trade because I took 3 trades in there, all very, very short trades. Okay. And the next one we had was actually going to be right over here. If we zoom in a little bit more, the way you use these clouds, all right, is they're going to act as support levels, right? If if it's green and you see it coming down towards the bottom, a lot of times these are going to be areas of support until we break through those clouds. Now, in my videos, I also mentioned the Fibonacci retracement levels very, very much. Okay. So that's what these 3 main levels of support are: the 61.8, the 50%, and the 38.2% retracement levels. We took our swing low right here up to our swing high. And what we did was we had a nice healthy retracement down to our 61.8% retracement level. And we ended up holding that level and pushing up higher into the supply zone that I was watching as an area where, sellers are present. Okay, now if we take a look here at the momentum indicator, we also see that we very shortly and briefly got a momentum crossover up to the upside right along when we held the support level here at the 61.8% retracement level. If you hold these retracement levels, you have a strong chance of getting a continuation and a bounce. And this is a great example of once you break through those levels, then that's when you get a reversal, right? So initially we got a very nice bounce. We had the momentum crossover. I entered another scalp position here off of this trade, and we can take a look in the Discord on this trade. I was only in this trade in particular for about 3 minutes, and I was able to get 30% off of this trade. Very quickly in 30 minutes using this strategy, actually combining a couple strategies, right? So I'm using the momentum clouds here. I'm seeing that, hey, we're holding support here and we're holding in these bands. And then we got the momentum crossover right here. And then also we held the 61.8% retracement level. So trading is like going to battle, going to war. You need to have as many weapons at your disposal, and you need to know how to properly use those weapons so that way you can increase your chance of success on the battlefield that is trading, right? So our first indicator that we had was holding this nice 61.8% retracement level. Our second was we were holding the bands as support. And then our third, we ended up getting a momentum crossover on the momentum thing. So now I have three things telling me and giving me confidence in my trade, saying, hey, you have three things aligning now. You have three indicators. We may see a bounce here and a push up. So anytime I have multiple indicators aligning like that, 2 or 3 or 4 plus, then I'm going to go ahead and take that trade and have confidence in my trade with the stop loss generally below the 61.8% retracement level in this case, or below the bands in your green bands right here. Now, here is just another example of the same thing happening again. So right over here, we see that we're using the same strategy with the Fibonacci retracement tools, and we're actually taking the swing low from the entire day, right? And this is our low point right here of the day. This is our low of the day, and we're connecting it up to the high of the day. And we're saying, hey, if we come up, retrace to this level here, there's a strong chance we could have a continuation to the upside, right? And if you look the next day, SPX ends up rallying very much, and we got a very clean ABC move to the upside. But if you take a look, we're using pretty much the same strategies right here. So this one was a little more risky because I was entering the play before the clouds turned green and before momentum was truly green and bullish. But if you notice, we got a momentum crossover again right here. Okay. And a lot of times that's going to precede a cloud change from red to green. So this was a very nice trade. What we did, my first signal was we held the 61.8% retracement level. We just barely wicked below it, and buyers stepped into the market. And then we got the momentum crossover right afterwards. Okay, and we ended up getting a tiny pullback and a nice push up and turning these clouds green, and had a very bullish end of the day before giving back some of those profits. But again, this is a scalping tutorial and a scalping trading method, so I'm not in the trade after this long. Generally, a scalp to me is about 5 to 15 minutes. Anything under the 15 minutes could be considered a scalp, and anything longer would generally be considered more of a day trade. We can take a look at the profits from that trade. And this was the last one right here. And I was able to get 23% using these methods, right? So in one day, I got a 23% play. I got a 30% play. And then afterwards, the very first one was a 44% trade. Now, here's the next one. I got a 20% trade the next day, trading SPX again, and we'll go ahead and break down that trade just so you guys can see what it was. And we're using the same strategy, okay? So right here, I have a couple things lining up. All right. I have my momentum indicator. All right here. We got a rejection. So notice how we got the crossover bearish right here, and momentum was bearish. Okay. And starting to creep down. We got a clean, back test and drop off of the momentum indicator right here from the momentum SMA, and we see it starts to drop. Okay, but that happens a little bit before the actual stock itself starts to decrease, right? So I'm using this. This is my first entry right here. Not entry, but this is my first signal, right? So remember, I said I want to take the trades when 2 or more things align together. So this is my first one, right? So now I'm watching it for puts, right? And for short option contracts. Then I see that we're holding this resistance level very well. All right. We had a 38.87 resistance level. We end up holding that level very nicely as a resistance level. So that gives me the confidence that, hey, we're rejecting our resistance level, and then momentum got a back and a retest and rejection on the momentum crossover. And so we went ahead and took that trade, and that was a very nice trade right there. Very quick in and out. And I believe I got out right around here on this candlestick once we got the nice push down. Okay. And the next one, what I did was I actually entered a long position, a call option, once we broke this trend line right here. And then I saw that momentum was starting to align in my favor. So we have this trend line here now that we're rejecting right here. We're rejecting right here. If we're able to break through this trend line right here, then that's going to be a very nice move that I can take, right? So I'm looking at it, and we're seeing, okay, well, we just had the momentum SMA, test our SMA, pull back. It bounced at 0, which was very nice. Okay. And I seen that the clouds were turning green. So in my, head, in my thesis, there was a strong probability that we were going to be able to break past and really get a good momentum crossover right here. In which case we did. We come up, we retest the top of the clouds right here, and we get a very strong push breaking through that candle and ultimately finding resistance at our major resistance level that I was watching. So, again, just a scalp, boom, took that trade right there, and we can take a look at the profits over here, and this was 5 minutes. This was a 66% trade right here in about 5 minutes. Okay, guys, and what that is that's this big candle right here. Okay, we got the breakout, the pullback, and I entered right around this candle right here. We got a strong push. We broke the trend line. I knew there's a very major area of resistance right here, so I went ahead and just took those nice quick profits. Okay, there's nothing wrong with scalping, day trading, and swing trading. They're all a little bit different, and it's up to you to decide what works best for you. And this is really nice because you don't have to actively monitor the market, right? In this day in particular, I was really just chilling at the house with my girl. We were watching some Netflix. And once we finished a movie, I'd come over, I'd check the market and see if there's any setups. And boom, there's some nice setups. I was able to spend about 15-20 minutes of the whole day trading, get two very nice trades, and just go right back to the bed and chilling and watching some Netflix and chilling. So there's a lot of power once you start to really master these trading concepts. Okay, here's last Friday session before Christmas, and what we have is something very similar to the last setup. We have this trend line here that we're watching, okay, that we're looking at, and we're saying if we break this trend line right here, all right, that we've been acting as resistance, then there's a good chance we could get a push up. We get a very clean break, retest of that trend line, and then a further push higher. We also use the Fibonacci tool strategy on this one as well. So we took our swing low, connected it to our swing high, which was right up here. And we see we came up, we pulled back, got a retest of the 38.2 retracement level and a retest of this trend line right here, and got a very nice push to the upside. If we take a look, that one was about a 44% trade that I was able to get into on SPX. And, again, just quick scalps, right? I believe this one I held on to for a little bit longer, as, we got the breakout right here, and I got the momentum crossover right here as well. But we ended up getting that pullback. And the three things that gave me confidence to hold on to this play versus sell was, one, clouds are green, right? We're trading in the green clouds, so we have bullish momentum. Two, we had the crossover, right? And then we pull back and we retest the zero line on the momentum indicator, and we get a nice bounce. And then three, we held the 38.2 retracement level. The 38.2, the 50%, and the 61.8 are the three main levels that you must hold to get a trend continuation. If you break through those levels, as you saw previously in the video, that's when you can get a reversal. But things were lining up very nicely. We had the break, we had momentum on our side, and then we had the holding of the 38.2 retracement level, and we got a very nice push to the upside right there. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Remember, if you want to learn how to set your screen up with these indicators, all you have to do is watch the video in the description. There'll be a link in the description, and it'll show you how I set my screen up exactly like this. So that way you can do it and start paper trading and practicing this strategy yourself before ultimately using it to make some profits and gains in the real world. So smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you want to join the Discord and get access to all of my live market updates, as well as the other various data and intel resources, there's so many resources inside of the Discord. It's truly mind-blowing and amazing. Use the link in the description. There'll be a link in there to join. If you use the code Zackley, like the channel Zackley Trades, you will get a discount on your membership. So hopefully we'll see you there, and I'm out.